What's going on, everyone? Safe on Talk here, and today we're going to be talking about Sanctum. Now, this is not going to be an in-depth guide. This is going to be a very simple and quick overview of how to get started in Sanctum, how to start doing runs, and basically how to see if it is for you, if you enjoy it, how to make money with it, and just generally seeing if it is what you want to pursue or not. Now, I understand there is a niche for people that like to watch the 40-50 minute videos, walkthroughs of this stuff, to get every little aspect of Sanctum down or other mechanics so that they are practically mastered by the time they go in there. I don't think that's very necessary. I am making this guide as a quick rundown just to get you started into the Sanctum mechanic. Now, first off, to run Sanctum, you will find a little forbidden tome book sometime during the story. It looks like this. You are then going to go in Act 7 to the Fellshrine Ruins. Once you get to the Fellshrine Ruins, you will see the Forbidden Sanctum entrance right here. You go in, Divinia's right there, there's a relic altar, there's a stash, there's a waypoint, so you can always go back to Forbidden Sanctum by clicking on the golden doors in your waypoint menu. Now, to start a Sanctum, what you do is you go to the relic altar, you put the book in the relic altar. You will see it will open this window called a relic locker. As you do the Sanctums, bosses and sometimes enemies will drop these relics. You get a little relic inventory. Now, some of these spots will be locked. You will see this icon. The only difference is when you hover over them, they will tell you the conditions to unlock that spot. The more spots you unlock, the more room you have for relics that you can put some cool stuff on. And yeah, it'll tell you what rooms usually need to complete, or it's some other condition to complete them. I have unlocked all of them. That's why there's only 2 spots that always stay locked. But once you unlock more spots, you can obviously fit more relics into your inventory for the run. Now, these are not consumed on the run. They are permanent unless you get something like a unique relic, which you put in that makes the relic harder, but it will, most of the time makes the relic harder, the Sanctum harder, but it gives you perks. Like this one, once you defeat the Herald of Scourge, drops an additional Forbidden Tome, but you can have no resolve mitigation, chance to avoid resolve loss, or resolve Aegis. The item is destroyed when applied to the Sanctum. So it not only makes it harder, but also gives you, more rewards, but it also takes up relic space, and it also goes away at the end of the Sanctum, or if you fail the Sanctum. Now, you can play around with these, but the ones that I really like in the beginning, that you'll find quite a few of, are the ones that give you 21 resolve when you kill a boss, and you get inspiration at the start of the Sanctum. Okay, we'll go over what inspiration and all that is in a moment, but I really like these. Now, there are better ones that I think are the end-all, and they are the ones that give you inspiration when you get an affliction. Now, they have made these much more rare, and I'm assuming you can only get them at the higher tier books, but you can trade for these now on the trading site, so you can trade for these, or you could trade for the ones I was talking about. I do not have any of them. When I started doing Sanctum, a couple days ago, they were multiple divines just for one. They are ones that look kind of like this. They'll be like a papyrus scroll or a candlestick. They take up a lot of room, but they are very worth it. Now, a great thing before I start this Sanctum is that with these forbidden tomes, it does not matter what item level they are for the higher end rewards. Now, the bubblegum currency like Chaos, Fusings, Jewelers, all that, the higher tier of book you run, the higher those numbers go up. But as far as things like Orb of Annulment, Veiled Chaos, and especially Divine Orbs, or if you just so happen to find a mirror reward, I certainly haven't, maybe one of you has, those numbers stay the same. It'll be 1 Divine for finishing the current floor, and that'll be the offer, and then it'll be 2 Divine for finishing the entire Sanctum, which is all 4 floors. There are 4 floors in the Sanctum, so you can start off slow and still make really good currency and make some divines. For this example, I used a item level 69 tome I bought off of the trade site just for this example. Plus, I am not nearly as tanky as I was. I was never tanky, but I don't want to die during the Sanctum, so I'm going to do a very easy one to kind of talk through it. So you put your relics when you have them in that little altar, you start the Sanctum, and you're going to get a map like this. Now, these are the rewards that you are going to be offered at the end of the room. You will see there are 3 on this one. There's Fusings, Scouring, and Alteration Orbs. The one all the way to the left is the one that it can give you a low number of immediately. The one in the middle is the end of floor completion. So once I get through all these and kill the boss, it will drop those. And then the third one, in this case, is alterations. It'll give you a large stack of alterations if you finish all 4 floors of the Sanctum. So generally, the reward all the way on the left, you'll get less of, but you'll get it right now. The reward all the way to the right, you'll get more of, but you won't get it until you beat the Sanctum, if you could beat the Sanctum and you don't fail. Now, the first floor, you have no choice in the matter. Other floors, there will be 3, excuse me, or 4 choices that you will be able to make and decide accordingly. But for this one, you can only go in the first room, enter Sanctum, it opens the door, and we are in the Sanctum. Now, what happens before you enter every Sanctum room is there will be the Sanctum map room selection. You click in here. Like I said, you don't have a choice, but this is where you start looking at the next thing. There's no afflictions on any of these, so what you want to do is pick the one with the most connections. If you notice here, this one, if I go here, only has 1 path. I can only pick this one. These are terrible. If this is an affliction that can brick your run, you're screwed. You can't go anywhere. This is the only way you can go if you go down this path. Whereas this one, you can go to all 3 rooms. You have some choices. So after we finish this room, we're going to pick this one. Now, when you get into any Sanctum, what you want to remember is you should always keep moving. There are multiple guards. One will lunge at you with a sword. If you are not moving, it will hurt. If you are not tanky, it can one-shot you if it's a high enough tier. It's the level 69 tome. I'm not worried about getting one-shot, but you might, especially where you are in your build. There's a lot of guards that do different things. I'm not going to go over all of them. You'll figure it out. They aren't too complicated. There's one invisible guy that you'll hit him once, he'll split into 3 illusions. He's probably the most annoying, but you will figure that out. Now, once you get into the Sanctum, you will notice there is Resolve and Inspiration. If I have relics that I start with Inspiration, if you don't yet, you will not start with this. But this is like your health in Sanctum. This is like your armor. And then Aegis Resolve is like your energy shield. Now, Aegis Resolve is this blue bar right here. Or maybe this is Inspiration. Anyway, Aegis Resolve is based on your energy shield and mostly energy shield. I get 14 Resolve Aegis, which is just basically I can take 14 points of damage before it starts going into anything else. You can avoid Resolve loss based on evasion. I have decent evasion, so I have an 18% chance. And then there's mitigation. You take less hits. Damage from hits for Resolve. That goes based on armor. I have barely any armor. That's why mine is only 5. Now, you can still die if this is depleted. So you have to worry about dying normally, but you need to watch this too. Even little ticky-tack pop shots will take away from your inspiration first. Will take away from your Aegis first. They'll take away from your inspiration. They'll take away from your resolve. If your resolve hits 0, the Sanctum is failed and you are dead. Now there are 3 main rooms in Sanctum. There are defeat all the guards and rare monster rooms. There are where you have to kill all of the yellow and all of the unique guards that are around the map. And then the exit will open for you. There is find the exit, which you don't have to kill anything. You just have to run around and go to the 3 corners of the map opposite of the entrance, and the exit will be somewhere there. Some of the find the exits are just run, and there will be mines on the ground. If you keep running and you are not incredibly slow, you will dodge them if you just keep running, or you can use a travel skill to get over them. Then there are some with traps, electrified floor traps. They're self-explanatory. Fireballs you have to dodge, they're self-explanatory, and stuff like that. There's also another trap with a fire laser in the middle that'll shoot at you, and you just dodge that also. Now, in these rooms, there are shortcuts. I do not know all of the shortcuts, but as I go through this one Sanctum run, if I see them, I will show you the ones I know. Just keep an eye out for them, and you'll see what I mean a little bit later. Now, last thing before I start this real quick is that travel skills are incredibly important. I use Frostblink because I like the damage. I am cold. Also, I just like how it feels. Something like Flame Dash is definitely better because you are going to get charges. But I'm stubborn. I like Frostblink, but you need a travel skill. Sanctum is amazing because it trains you to use your travel skill better. You are just going to be a better POE player if you are running Sanctum and kind of practicing it, because you're always going to want to be dodging every little stupid little hit, and it is a great practice to learn. Alright, so the first room we have defeat all guards, so I'm going to go and see all these orange guys right here. I am going to kill them. Don't need to kill the blue guys, just the yellow and the orange guys. They're pretty obvious right there. Killed them all. Exit. right there. Pick up the coins if you want, as well as you can run around and there will be these Templar caches if you want to pick up even more Ares coins. There are shops you can buy items. Divinia is throughout. You will see her icon. That's what the coins are for. At the end, you get the offer. Like I said, I can get 3 fusings now, 4 at the end of the floor, or 14 orbs of alteration when completing the Sanctum. If you are new to this, I suggest taking these when you can. If you're, have a garbage choice like this, especially on the first floor or two, you are not going to get great offers. So just take these. I know I can beat the Sanctum, so I could take the end of the Sanctum, because 1, this is easy Sanctum. 2, I run Sanctum. 3, my build does a ton of damage, so I can kill bosses before they even have a chance to do anything. Okay, next option. This is where you will start seeing afflictions usually. There are some afflictions that can brick your run. I will put them up here. These are ones you should avoid like the plague. Now you could pause this video, look at some of these afflictions, but some of the ones we have in this Sanctum, gain a random minor affliction when you use a fountain. This isn't as bad as it sounds. If you're a newer player, you might want to avoid this because the fountains, they will help heal your resolve and things like that. And if getting a random minor affliction really sucks, because it can be a run-breaking affliction. So be careful with that. Lose all areas, which are the coins on floor completion. Situational, sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get this near the end of the run, you already have bought a handful of items, so it doesn't really matter. So that's situational. Enemy hits, ignore your resolve mitigation. Remember, that's what I showed you with the armor. The resolve taking less damage. So this is not that big a deal for me. So I would probably go for this one. Minor treasure reward, that means it gives you coins. Sometimes as major treasure reward, at the end of the room, it'll give you a bunch of coins. This is a fountain. It'll heal your resolve. I don't need this right now. I'm going to go for the minor treasure so I can go get the least effective affliction. Now, sometimes there will be defeat the guardians and rare monsters on little arenas like this. They will not be big open rooms. There will be traps, like this one had lasers that follow the ground and will follow you around. There's other things like a flame mouth that will shoot a beam and follow you. You'll get the hang of these. They can be incredibly annoying. There is a new one where there will be a firework on the floor and a meteor will come down and land on it, so you have to be dodging those while killing these spawning enemies. I'm not going to go through all of them. You will figure them out as you go along. Some other icons on the map. This is a benevolent fountain for 150 coins. At the end of the room, you can use the fountain to get a boon. Boons are the buffs you get during the run. They are almost always positive. The only one that I hate is there's one that gives you 60% increased movement speed, which sounds awesome, but it makes me so fast that I am not used to it, and I end up running into traps and doing really dumb crap when I get it. But generally, they are all very positive. This is an accursed pact. It will give you 3 choices, each coming with a positive and a negative. Now, when you select one of the accursed packs, you get another offer that is behind the accursed pack fountain. I don't suggest taking these on floors 1 and 2 unless you're really hurting for currency, and it's an accursed pack that the negative is not bad at all for you in that situation. Feel it out. But you cannot, I've never gotten a divine offer or anything substantial on floor 1 or 2, so I kind of avoid the cursed packs. So I'm going to take the benevolent fountain. This is a trap room that is find the exit with traps. These are the lightning floor traps. They alternate. They're very self-explanatory. This is the first shortcut. You could see on the map, there's an area I can just blink over. This will skip a lot of the level, and I can just continue to go up. Now, that's on the first trap set. The level with the fireballs, that is also the case. Always be looking for something you can teleport over. 9 times out of 10, if you can teleport to another location that seems a little off the path, it is usually a shortcut. This is a fountain. For 5 gems, I can recover 25% of maximum resolve. My resolve is full. I don't need this. This is the icon for Divinia. She is the merchant. It literally says contains merchant. So this is the only path I can go, but she is very important. I do not have that many coins, but there's no negative, no affliction. I don't have a choice in this situation. This is Divinia, the merchant, at the end of one of the floors. You go here, you go purchase items. I used most of my coins on the benevolent fountain because they cost 150, but I could still buy something. Recover 50% of your maximum resolve on entering a boss room. This is actually really good. You'll learn all of these. They're random. Sometimes you get afflictions where she has less choices. Her choices are more expensive, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get this one and move on with the Sanctum. This icon is a Radiant Fountain. These are very good and usually come with an affliction. 50% reduced resolve recovered. Don't really care that much about that. It's not worrisome for me, and the Benevolent Fountain is really great. So this is the Radiant Fountain. It's going to give you a random boon. It's going to take off a random affliction, and it's going to give you 200 inspiration, which again, like I said, acts like armor because it takes away from inspiration. 4, it takes away from your resolve. It costs 5 coins. If you have the thing where an affliction where it's really screwing up your coins, don't go out of your way to get these fountains if you know you're not going to have 5 coins to spend on it. So I got 100 inspiration. That's my boon. It's going to remove one of my afflictions. So enemy hits ignore your resolve mitigation. That is now cleansed. That is gone. Now I have 390 inspiration. These are uncommon. The rainbow fountains, the radiant fountains, they are uncommon, but when you see them, as long as you don't have to stray from a better reward or a really good reward like a divine orb, always go for them. This is the first floor boss, Valaketh. Stay close to him. He doesn't have anything crazy except for his flame breath move. I will let him use it once if he's going to. Well, he will use his flame breath and it will track you. You have to get behind him. Here it is. And that will melt your inspiration, okay? Bosses will drop these relics. Like I said, this is a roguelite. As you go through, you will get more items. You will get better at the Sanctum, and you will get stronger based on this. 14 inspiration at the start of the Sanctum, not bad, especially if you don't have any relics yet. Hold on to this. You can't put it in mid-Sanctum, but when you start your next run, you'll be able to. Now, when you complete a floor, you are going to take a portal. It is going to take you back here. To start the next floor, you will see this item in your relic altar already. You can hit confirm, start next floor, or if later floors, say you have some good rewards but you don't think you can clear the last floor of the Sanctum, you could take this item out and sell it. But I only did one floor, the rewards kind of suck, so confirm, on to floor 2. This is the boss of floor 2. It is 2 different guys. They are large and they like to do slam moves if your melee stay behind them. I like to kill the guy on the left first because he likes to do this blood move where it's a big ball that hovers over your head. It'll follow you. It'll slam down a big AoE. You have to be ready to dash away as it's about to come down because it is a very large radius. Unless you have very good movement speed, it will hit you, it will hurt, and if you aren't that tanky, it could even kill you. The start of floor 3 is where you can really start getting divine offers and really good offers, so this is where you want to really check your offers. Now, I don't have anything special on this one, so I'm just going to take the path that gives me the most options to go down moving forward. So something like here to here, so I can go to these 3, which will then cover this whole upper half of the rewards. And then I can go down most of the rewards. So you'll get the hang of it. You'll get used to it. You always want the most options. So you get to pick which afflictions you are going to get, which rewards you're going to get, etc. Now, another thing, as you move along the floors, you will see the names of the rooms, unless you get an affliction that says that the names of the rooms are hidden. And you can Google POE Sanctum cheat sheet, and you can see what kind of rooms they are, whether it's a kill all guards, whether it's a find the escape with traps, or find the exit with traps, that kind of thing. Also, you'll see here on the very right reward for this one, I have divines once Sanctum completed. So I am definitely going to do that, because it's probably going to be 2 divines upon Sanctum completion. Now, moving forward on this floor, I'm about to take this double divination, but you can see that it only has one path, and this is a very likely scenario. A lot of the times you want the good reward, but you are going to be forced to take the next room. Now I can see what the next room is, and it's, you can see one room fewer ahead on the Sanctum. Now you can see this also has a divination at the end of the floor. So I'm going to take this, but generally these are not good. You want to be able to see rooms ahead so you can plan accordingly to, get either good rewards or avoid the bad affliction. So I'm going to take this anyways. This is a good Sanctum. This is going to be a 2 div reward. This is going to be a 1 at the end of the floor. 3 total at the end of the Sanctum. This is the floor 3 boss. She is going to start off with a big slash forward that she will track you before she does it. So stay close and keep rotating around her if you are melee. If you are ranged, just stay away from her. It's not a big deal. Then she's going the level is going to shoot lasers across the area. Just dodge those. And then she also has another like bullet hell phase where she throws balls around. You just have to dodge those. Those are 3 main attacks. Again, if you're melee, stay close, rotate. I do a lot of damage, so you aren't going to see any of that. I'm just going to kill her immediately. I'm going to stay behind her. She's about to do that slash. And you noticed I rotated around so that first big slash wouldn't hit me. Okay? That is the boss of floor 3. Now, one of those div rewards was 1 div on floor completion, not sanctum completion. It was 1, which means now that I beat the floor 3 boss, I can go to the sanctum offers, click on it, there's my divine orb. You also get 2 offers at the end of each floor. Nothing crazy. Now, I got a divine offer, 2 divine, for completing the sanctum. You can see it right here. You can always check your afflictions, boons, and everything down here. What you can do now, since this is the last floor and it gets harder, and if you aren't positive that you can beat the last floor boss, this is your only chance to pull out. Take this. You can see that it's 2 divine. I could sell this right now easily for like 1.8, 1.9 divine, because someone knows they will be guaranteed they'll be able to finish this. They'll get 2 divine for maybe 5-10 minutes worth of work, and also they might get more rewards on floor 4 to add onto this also. So if you aren't 100% positive to do it, just sell this. You know, you got done with floor 3, you got 2 divine reward, you just got a 1.9 divine item. Now I know I can complete this. This is a item level 69. Now it's level 72 because it goes up as the floors go up. Still not that hard, especially with my build where it is now. So I'm going to start floor 4 and I'm going to do it. All right, now I am at the final boss of the Sanctum, Lucia. There are 3 phases of this boss. The first phase, tips. It is very cramped. Do not panic. There is red stuff around. Stay out of the red stuff. It will appear behind you, and it will dissipate in front of you while following you from behind. So you have to keep moving as you're fighting her. It's very tight. I think the first phase is very stupid. I don't know why they did it like this. It feels like they just threw it in at the end. They're like, oh, she's too easy with just the 1 phase. We got to do something. Just put her in the beginning. Stand there. She has 3 moves. She has a slash. Stay close to her. Stay behind her. She has lightning hands thing, which looks like hardcore, like a copy off some Jedi shit. Don't panic when that comes out. Try to stay close to her. It hurts, but it probably won't kill you. Hopefully you have enough resolve or inspiration or mitigation to deal with it. And then third, always stay moving in the first phase. She has a laser. It hurts. It can one-shot you. Not your resolve. It can one-shot you. Always stay moving. Now, you probably won't see any of these moves because, like you saw, I got 2 divine on the line. I ain't rolling in it like that yet with currency, so I'm sorry for the video. I'm not going to just dodge just to show the moves. But I think the number 1 rule is stay out of the red stuff. Do not panic. It's tight. Don't start moving all around. You'll end up in the red crap. That shit hurts. It drains you, and that is it. So I'll show you the fight. Starts right here. See this red stuff? Stay out of it. She'll talk crap. I'll go right on the edge of the red stuff so don't touch it. Once you down her, the red stuff disappears, and you have to go through this little gauntlet thing. There's lasers. This isn't too hard. There's fireball traps. Some more lasers. Then there's 1 more fireball thing. Hug the wall. Go down. This is her second phase. This is probably her easiest phase. Same exact thing, except you have more room now. There's no red stuff. Okay? You kill her, she's going to drop loot. Now, to get the Sanctum rewards, they have changed it, so now you have to beat her second form also. And she almost always drops a relic, whether it is a normal one or a... Well, it's usually a normal one. Every once in a while, it'll be a unique one. Now, when you go to the Beyond, this is her second form. She has 4 main things she does. She does a slash move. If you keep moving, it will not hit you. If you keep rotating around her. She has one of those beam moves that some of the act bosses have, where she shoots a beam and then she rotates and follows you. Stay a little close to her, especially if you're ranged. Get a little closer so you can make tighter circles. You can avoid that. She has spinny things she puts on the ground around the arena. Obviously, stay away from those. They hurt. And then if you do not do enough damage in time, she has a lightning phase that's kind of like the Exarch's ball phase, where she shoots kind of walls of electricity at you and they have openings. You have to dodge them. It's very annoying to dodge. You'll probably die a couple times doing it, which is why I suggest if you are not comfortable and you have a lot of currency on the line at the end of floor 3, you just sell it. Okay, it'll piss you off if you try it the first time you get to a certain phase or a certain move kills you, because again, it's a roguelike. You're supposed to die a couple times as you get better relics to deal with it. Okay, so you have to beat her last phase. I burn her down as fast as I possibly can. It's very easy for me. She usually starts with a couple slashes, then she'll start with that beam move that goes around, tight circles, avoid it, get some pop shots in if you can. She'll put those spinny things around the arena too, and then eventually she'll do the electricity phase. Now, she almost always drops a unique relic. I think she actually always does. I think I've run about 30 of them this league. I think she's dropped one every time. This coffer relic I know is garbage. It's the one that turns coins into experience at the end. Don't really care about that. But now that she is down, the Sanctum is over. I can go back, take this door right here. You can enter it from the top. And there is my rewards that all had rewards at the end of the Sanctum. And that is the first Sanctum run. That would be your first Sanctum run if you completed it. Now you can start over, buy another tome, go to your relics, put the relics that you have found, in the locker, do all that, start another one, start from scratch and go. That was a very lucrative one. That is not common. You do not get 3 divines, everyone, but it is more common than you would think. That is why so many people are running Sanctum, because this was not, oh my god, 3 divines, that's never happened before. No, it happens. It happens relatively often, and once you get comfortable enough doing this, that is it's some good payout. Okay, all right guys, so I tried to make that quick, and I want it to be about 10-15 minutes, and I can almost guarantee when I edit this it will probably be closer to 20, and I'll be bummed out about that because I'm trying to get better at not making long-winded videos. But hopefully this helps. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you get subscribed over there on Twitch, twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk. I'm streaming all the damn time. I will answer any questions. I try to answer all the comments, but if you really want an answer, try and catch me on a live stream. If I have the answer, I will always answer it on my live streams. So thanks everyone. Yeah, go get that currency. Have fun with Sanctum. It's an amazing mechanic. I'm so glad it went core, and I will talk to you guys next time.